John Engel. I'm from Avoca, Michigan.
What's this truck?
1983 International 9670. That's got a 400 Cummins with a 9-speed.
And how long have you had it?
I've had it about 4 years, and we started redoing it 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
A little bit at a time.
Was it a total restoration?
Pretty close. We didn't do the motor or the trans or nothing, just mainly the cab and chassis. And we took the bud wheels off it, put hub pilots and stuff on it, polished her up.
Was it just for a hobby truck, or do you work it?
We haul about 10 loads of green with it a year. That's about it.
Enough for some nice photos?
Yeah, other than that, it just goes to the truck shows and sits in the shop. We painted it all ourselves. It was all done in the shop, so it turned out pretty nice for what it is.
Do you paint and stuff as part of what
No,
you do?
my brother is actually a body man. He bumps and paints. He's been doing it for 40 years, and he done a good job on this one.
That's gorgeous. And who did your pinstriping? Because that's also beautiful.
Claire Wojcik out of Emmett, Michigan.
A lady. Oh,
yes.
Awesome. Even your frame and deck plates are pinstriped and painted. Why a 9670? Any particular reason?
My uncle drove Cabovers all of his life, and we kind of built this truck in memory of him.
I see.
He passed away 5 years ago at the age of 90. He started driving truck when he was 15 years old for an elevator in Avoca, hauling coal.
15 years old. Let's do the math. So that's during the war.
Yeah.
15 years old, and he's driving for a living.
He drove until 1983. He retired.
Did you get to ride with him?
Oh, we rode all the time with him when we were kids all over the United States. We'd get out of school, he'd throw us in the truck for the summer, and we'd be gone.
And it was a Cabover that he drove?
Yeah, he drove international Cabovers, Ford Cabovers, Mack Cabovers. His last truck was an 83 Kenworth Cabover.
So what's your first memory in a truck?
Niagara Falls.
Which side of the border?
The Buffalo side.
Okay.
Yep, that was my first trip in a truck with him. Was we went to New York.
Do you know how old you were?
9.
Okay, and there was no going back at that point?
No, there's no turning back. I was stuck in that truck with him for a month.
Are the colors significant, or just because they're sort of international?
They're international. That's international red, international silver, and of course just black.
Mm-hmm. Did the truck come from somewhere nearby?
No, we bought it out of southern Indiana from a farmer down there. John Deere dealership owned it prior to him. And from what I gathered, they bought it brand new. He bought it from them, and we ended up with it.
Well, it's gorgeous. Some details I like. The lettering on the visor. That's pretty cool. I mean, Michigan does pinstriping and lettering pretty, like, top tier.
Clara is, she's like the best around. And she's pretty selective on who she does it for anymore because of her age. She's 71 years old and still climbs around on step ladders and scaffolding to get it the way you want it.
I would have not guessed that. That is amazing. Can we take a look inside?
Sure. It's not too bad. Interior's pretty decent in it still. It's not a mouse house or nothing.
And do you take it out much other than the 10 trips a year?
We take it up to St. Ignace to the truck show up there.
Yeah.
Had it up there last year.
That one's cool where you get to go across the bridge.
That is a beautiful show. They didn't have the parade of lights last year across the bridge, but this year they're going to have it, and we're definitely going to make the show again this year.
I haven't been there since 2017. It is nice in here. What did you say it did before you got it? Do you know what it?
We bought it from a farmer. He used it to just pull a hopper bottom with, and the John Deere dealership in Indiana, they used it to deliver equipment with.
Uh-huh. It's a pretty cool little shifter too.
Yeah. Try to keep it as much original as we can. But you got to throw a few tweaks to them to make them look good. So that's what we did.
What's the biggest change to it?
Probably the hub pilot wheels, the panels over top of the frame, and dual stacks.
And have you been to this show before?
No, we didn't come to this show last year. The weather was terrible and didn't really want to get it all muddy.
But they changed it. Not
They
in October.
changed it, and it's been a beautiful weekend.
That's been excellent. There was a threat of rain yesterday. It didn't happen. Now, was the grill this nice also?
Yes. Yep. We're looking for a bottom grill for it.
I see this little cut in the
Just got a
corner.
little crack in the bottom there, but they're hard to find. Parts for these trucks are hard to find.
Still looks good though.
Yes, not bad. Get a lot of compliments on it.